Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
Humanity. Look how far you've fallen.
Greetings, programs, and welcome to Pop Culture Therapy. I'm your host, Stone Loki, and Debraorah Chow has done it again in episode 7 of The Mandalorian. So many people are back in this. The Client, played by Werner Herzog, is back. Carl Weathers, Grief Karga, is back. Nick Nolte's back as Quill. Gina Carano's back as Cara Dune. So many good people in this episode. This is the best episode since episode 3. I think it's kind of on par with episode 3. As far as the episode goes, quality-wise, I think 3 and 7 are tied as the best episodes of the show so far. A lot of people are in this episode, and a lot of backtracking goes on in this episode. One of the really cool things that we get to see is the introduction of Moff Gideon. If any of y'all have ever watched Breaking Bad, you will know Moff Gideon as Gus Fring from Breaking Bad. Awesome actor, absolutely love him. The intro to him is epic. It's so epic. There's so many really cool things about this episode, and we'll start off with Carl Weathers' character calling the Mandalorian and telling him, hey, I've got a deal for you. If you want to get out of running, if you want to stop, if you want to save that cute little baby Yoda, come back and we'll work out a deal. If you will take out the Imperial officer, the Client, from the first couple of episodes, we will work out a deal and the little baby will be safe. So he doesn't trust him, right off the bat. The first thing he does is he goes back to the world where Cara Dune is on, Gina Carano, and picks up Cara Dune and says, hey, you know what? Why don't you come and help me out? And she doesn't want to. She's like, I'm happy here. He's like, well, there could be a lot of credits in it for you. And she's like, no, I'm good. And then he goes, I'm going after an Imperial officer. And she's like, I'm in. I thought that was cool. So he picks up Cara Dune, and then he goes back to Quill, and he's talking to Quill about coming with him and joining him to help protect the baby, when IG-11 comes in the door, and immediately the bounty hunter draws his gun, and Gina Carano, Cara Dune, draws her gun. And everybody's got their guns out. And Quill, played by Nick Nolte, says, No. I reprogrammed him. His whole core intelligence unit was fried. I rewired him, reprogrammed him, rebuilt him. And it actually shows you this in the episode. It shows him rebuilding it. And now he's okay. I retrained him. He knows nothing. His programming isn't active. I retrained him. I'm hoping we get more of IG-11 in the next episode. In the last episode, I'm really hoping they extend the time of that episode 8, because this episode, man, there's just so much to squeeze in there, and they're 37 minutes, 40 minutes, that I'm hoping the last episode will be a little longer. That way they can get this done, because this was a great episode. Some of the episodes have dragged a little bit. Some of them have gone by super quick. It's like I blink and the episode's over. So anyway, he gets his crew together, and he goes back to the planet. And Carl Weathers' character meets him there, and they're way outside of town from where they were before. He tells them they had to do this because he couldn't just land in town. The Empire would know he's there. They've got about a day's trek to get to where they're going to hand off the baby. And Quill, played by Nick Nolte, has built Baby Yoda like an armored baby carrier. A hovering, armored crib. So the night, they're spending the night out in this field, and they're all chilling and they're all talking, when these, like, all I can call them is giant pterodactyls swoop in and start trying to kill everybody in the camp. And they get two of Quill's blurgs. I think that's what they're called, the blurgs. Anyway, so they kill two of them. They get Carl Weathers' character in the arm, and they drag one of the security guys he brings along with him off. So apparently these things are deadly poisonous. He's laying there. Cara Dune gets to him, uses a med pack on him, but he's still going to die because of the poison. And Baby Yoda comes up and heals him. Baby Yoda just walks up, touches him on the arm, and heals him. Thus again confirming that it's got force powers. So, just before they get to the Imperial camp, Carl Weathers' character turns around and shoots the two other security guys he brought with him and says, Mando, I was going to screw you, can't blame me. A lot of money in it. I was going to screw you and give him the baby, but I'm not going to do that now. I really think you can kill this guy. And the baby saved my life. So they work it out. Quill gets Baby Yoda out of the armored baby carrier, and the Mandalorian tells him, get back to the ship, lock it down, put it in ground protocol, and nothing will be able to get through that door. So Quill hauls ass on one of his blurgs. The Mandalorian, Carl Weathers, and Cara Dune go into the camp to sell the Mandalorian out to the client. They get in there and they're talking, and the client wants to see Baby Yoda. And Carl Weathers, oh, it's sleeping. And he's, oh, well, let's wake it up. So they're about to wake it up, open it up, and find out there's nothing in there when one of his stormtroopers come in and whispers something. He's like, I have a call I have to take. So he gets up and he goes over to the bar and he opens up this thing, and he is talking to Moff Gideon, which is Gus Fring from Breaking Bad. And Moff Gideon asks him, do you have the child? Oh, yes, the baby is sleeping. And Moff Gideon's like, not anymore. And all this blaster fire erupts through the walls. The Mandalorian takes cover. Cara Dune takes cover. Carl Weathers takes cover. And they kill all of the stormtroopers and the client through the wall. And as the Mandalorian and Cara Dune get up and look out the window, there are black death troopers, black armored stormtroopers outside of the building that they're in. And a transport comes in and offloads probably 24 regular stormtroopers in white armor. But the death troopers have that building cracked down. There's nothing the Mandalorian and Cara Dune can do. The Mandalorian gets on his radio, calling Quill, trying to get Quill to get the baby to the ship, telling him, haul ass, get the baby to the ship. When these two scout troopers intercept the transmission and start hauling ass on their speeder bike after Quill. So this TIE fighter comes in, it lands, the wings fold down. I thought that was cool. You never seen anything like that before. The wings fold out so that the TIE fighter can sit close to the ground so the pilot can get out. And it is Moff Gideon. And he tells them, you've got nowhere to go. You're screwed. I've got the building covered. You have no idea what the baby is. The baby's going to be mine. I want the baby. And the Mandalorian's back on the radio screaming at Quill to haul ass. Quill, it switches to Quill. Quill's laying on the ground. Smoke's coming out of his back. I'm pretty sure he's gone. They swoop in and grab Baby Yoda, and they've got Baby Yoda. So they've got, the Imperials have Baby Yoda. Quill never made it back to the ship. I'm sure we're going to get some kick-ass IG-11 death killings in the next episode because of this. it was the best episode. It was really the best episode. I'm very glad it rebounded. I hated episode 6. Episode 7 was really good. I cannot wait till episode 8, and that's gonna be it. That's all we're gonna get. Hopefully they end it strong. I really love the episodes that Debraorah Chow has done. She did a great episode 3. She did a great episode 7. I cannot wait till episode 8, and we're gonna wrap this up. So guys, what do you think? Have you been watching this, or are you just relying on my reviews? If you have, thank you so very much for tuning in. If you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe and ring that bell, and I will catch you all on the next Pop Culture Therapy.